while Lebanons are having issues with their economy and health issues due to the coronavirus pandemic. A massive explosion that killed at least 78 people and 4,000 wounded. Even children were hurt. This is really sad. It's still unclear what exactly caused the explosion. It was earlier blamed on a fire that broke out. But many people think it's a bomb attack. But nobody is sure for now. Lebanon's prime minister said an investigation would focus on an estimated 2,750 tons of the explosive ammonium nitrate, stored at a warehouse for 6 years. People who experienced the blast said it felt like an earthquake, while one witness said she had never felt an explosion like it in the city. Those responsible for Beirut blast will pay for what happened, Lebanese prime minister says. But while the investigation go on, many countries has seen all this huge problems in Lebanon and decided to help them. Israel is offering humanitarian medical assistance to Lebanon following the massive blast in Beirut, even though the two countries have no diplomatic relations. The U.S. Embassy in Beirut is urging those in the area of the explosion to stay indoors and wear masks if available due to reports of toxic gases released from the blast. An embassy security alert went out following the explosion. There are reports of toxic gases released in the explosion, so all in the area should stay indoors and wear masks if available, the embassy warned. The embassy also urged U.S. citizens in the affected areas to contact their loved ones directly and/or update their status on social media. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said her government is devastated by the reports and images coming out of Lebanon, according to her spokesperson. Our thoughts are with those who have lost loved ones. We wish the wounded a speedy recovery. We will offer Lebanon our help, Merkel said. Even President Trump offers assistance to Lebanon. While Trump said the explosion was an attack, many people disagree. Just to be more clear, what caused the blast? Initially, there were conflicting reports on what caused the explosion. It was earlier blamed on a major fire at a warehouse for firecrackers near the port. Lebanon's Prime Minister Hassan Diab later said in a statement that an estimated 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate, an explosive, had been stored at a warehouse for the past 6 years. Lebanon's general security chief said the substance had been confiscated years ago. What's it like on the ground? In a word, apocalyptic. The blast tore through the city and wreaked havoc on nearly all of Beirut's quarters. The shockwave from the explosion was visible in footage of the incident. Buildings as far away as 10 kilometers, 6 miles, from the site of the explosion were damaged. Streets were filled with shattered glass. One witness told CNN the port was totally destroyed. More countries in Latin America are sending their condolences to the Beirut explosion victims and relatives. The region is home to a large diaspora of Lebanese expatriates and people of Lebanese descent. Brazilian president said on his official Twitter account Tuesday evening that he is deeply saddened by the scenes of the explosion in Beirut. Brazil is home to the largest community of Lebanese in the world and, therefore, we feel this tragedy as if it were in our territory. I express my solidarity with the families of the fatal victims and the wounded. Mexico's president said Tuesday evening on his official Twitter account, sad and unfortunate the situation in Beirut, Lebanon. Our condolences to the families of the victims and to the entire sister nation. Panama's foreign ministry tweeted, the national government expresses its deep dismay at the terrible explosion that occurred in Beirut, while expressing its solidarity with the Republic and the people of Lebanon and expressing its condolences to the families of the deceased and injured. And Ecuador's foreign ministry said, Ecuador stands in solidarity with the Republic of Lebanon in light of the explosions registered in its capital, Beirut, expresses its condolences to the families of the deceased. The ministry said 150 Ecuadorians reside in Lebanon and so far there are no victims. Lebanon is allocating 100 billion Lebanese pounds to deal with the blast's aftermath. Lebanon has allocated 100 billion Lebanese pounds, which according to the government rate is $66,335,000, to deal with the effects of the Beirut blast, the Lebanese presidency Twitter account said Wednesday. While the official rate stands at $1 to 1,500 Lebanese pounds, the rate available to average citizens is much higher due to inflation and the months-long economic depression. According to Beirut residents, and a widely used app that tracks the black market exchange rate, $1 would buy about 8,200 Lebanese pounds for average citizens at the time of the announcement. Well, that's all for now. Make sure you subscribe.